deep within. I can't go through it alone, and I won't leave you on your own. I stand before you now and promise you I am not afraid. I will fight and guide the way. We will rise again to glory then. We'll soar into the sky. If you stop and see, then you just might believe. We're unstoppable, powerful, enough to beat the odds. If you love me, you will see the flames inside of me.
Sup guys, the name's Ryan Dragnell and welcome back to Seduce Me 2, the Demon War. So, you guys have voted since last week, and it was a very close tie between Erik and Matthew for bad endings. But the winner of me doing the bad endings today is Erik. Just one person. Could have just done Matthew and get it over with. Why Erik? Why? Why do you all want to torture me this way? Why? Okay. I'm gonna need some huge therapy after this because I have no idea what's coming. I haven't played it. I've seen like one of them, I think. Oh god, my heart. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'll show you the important parts, like one that might take away points or something. I believe that the one where we're supposed to have the sex scene or something with Erik in the demon world, I think that if you don't give him energy, the spirit will come back. So I will definitely show that to see what the spirit has in store. So with that being said, let us start doing one of the bad endings. There's two for him. Okay, well, we're back here, and we're not gonna give him energy. We're just gonna rest. You know? I needed the rest. I was fine with the spirit being present in my dreams. I could handle its emotions and control myself there at least. I let out a small yawn and began to sink into the bed. My exhaustion fueled my journey towards slumber. The darkness of my mind once again welcomed me with the spirit laying on the ground. Hello. Hi. Hello again. A third night with the spirit seemed awkward enough. What was I supposed to say? What did the spirit want? It was simply lying against the ground, unmoving. My curiosity traveled to what it had said when Diana took my energy. Do you know about Diana? The spirit, however, didn't speak. What was wrong? Erik hadn't come into my dream yet, so I decided to ask another question. What did the demon lord do to you?
He killed me and hurt me.
Well, yeah, obviously, but details? It was obvious that the spirit hated him, much like I did, but something about its wording was off. He killed it and hurt it? Why in that order? Was the spirit not a new spirit, but one that had been wandering for years? Did he kill you first?
Yes. He killed me. Then he hurt me before releasing me.
What? I'm so sorry. The spirit didn't speak again. Whatever I wanted to say fell onto empty ears, even as Erik appeared. I woke up. Oh, okay. Never mind. Whoops. We're just gonna... Actually, this is where... Yeah, this is where the stuff happened. And we're not gonna take any chances. I'm so sorry, Erik. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This was a trick. The demon lord brought me here and I was not going to fall for it. I quickly put my hands up, ready to fight. Oh, shit! However, I wasn't allowed to react as two purple tendrils wrapped themselves around my wrists and gently pulled my arms down to my sides. Do not let me fight you! I'm sorry. Gah!
Princess!
Whoops. I shut my eyes, trying to block him out mentally. He was pretending to be Erik. He was... Okay, welp. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna get to that part where we can destroy the spirit and shit. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Okay, so welcome back, guys. Okay, so we're gonna let Erik keep going instead of attacking the spirit. Ugh. couldn't step in. I didn't want to hurt the spirit, but enough was enough. Erik was more than willing to help me rid of my body of it. I watched as Erik brutally showered the spirit with strikes from his tendrils. The orb kept defending itself, no wanting to die. I soon had to look away, no longer wanting to see anymore. Do not do that! As the final blow made impact with the spirit, a rush of bright light engulfed the area. As it did, I felt my form spasm and flicker. Okay. Causing me to look down at my hands. Through the blinding light, I could see them trembling as they slowly began to turn transparent. What the? I looked up to Erik, rushing for me, panic written all over his face. What was happening? I began to run for him, but felt my body move in the opposite direction, drawing me further away from the one I loved. What? No! Erik! Why couldn't I get any closer? No! Erik! Soon, Erik vanished from my sight, and I became lost in white light. I felt weightless, and my senses no longer worked. I was trapped. No! I could only just barely feel myself shed tears from how frightened I was. Oh, no! What was happening? Oh, jeez.
She's gone.
What?
What happened?
Erik, where is she?
No! Love! Get up! Wake up!
Oh my god.
Damien, the spirit?
Gone too.
No, this can't be! No!
What did the spirit do?
It sacrificed itself and took her with it. That body has no soul. She's...
No!
If I can't live, you can't either. Okay. I need a moment. Oh. We have one more ending to go through. One more ending, and then... Oh, my heart. I'm pretty sure it gets worse from here. Anyway. Let's go to the other bad ending now, shall we? You know what? Just for you guys, I'm gonna scream because I really need to scream after seeing that ending. And, yeah, I need to let out my emotions. I needed to. I had to. My anger inside has bubbled and boiled until the need to scream pressed against my throat, forcing me to let it go. I'm warning you guys right now, who's wearing headphones, please lower your volume because I will probably scream loud even though I have neighbors upstairs. But anyways, I'm probably going to scream at a volume where you need to bring your headphones down, so I'm warning you right now. Put the volume down for your head if you're wearing headphones. And if you're not wearing headphones too, because you don't want your parents to look at you like, what is she listening to? Or what are you listening to, or something like that. Anyways, yeah, just a warning now. Okay, that was good. That felt good. That felt really good. As my scream escaped me, the other beings in the room jumped back and covered their ears. My scream wasn't weak. It was loud and bounced around the room in an endless echo. I didn't care if my throat would hurt. I didn't care that I also felt the pain of my shriek. I just needed to scream and let out my sadness. Why was this happening? Why? I wrapped my arms around my body, letting the scream use up all of my air in my lungs. It wasn't helping, but I needed some sort of release.
Damn it, stop!
Sorry. All of a sudden, my body began to heat up and I felt my voice dissipate into silence. I was a little dizzy, but I felt calm and the anger I had was gone. I stared at Diana, wondering what was going on. Diana had extended her hand out at me, staring at me with a pained expression and a visible eye glimmering a warm golden color. Was she enthralling me? I didn't feel aroused, but I knew that the warm feeling in my body was a demon's enthrallment spell. Regardless, I felt my throat heal from the scream I stared at Diana.
Are you calm now?
Yes, I'm calm and content.
For a human, the girl can really shriek.
You know it, boy.
Better than the sirens can. That's for sure.
Sorry, Faye.
Poor thing. She must be traumatized.
I'm traumatized by that ending. Thank you very much.
Traumatized or psychotically mad.
Have fun guessing which one. Ha ha ha.
Everyone, hush!
Silent engulfed the room as Diana looked at the four beings behind her. She then turned back to me and held out her hand, ushering me to take it.
Can you stand?
I nodded and took her hand, standing up at last. I'm sorry, I just kinda needed to let that out. So yeah, let's continue on with the storyline. Okay, so let's hope I did something right. Jeez, we made it to the war, we defeated the demon lord, all that stuff. Diana let out her anger. We're free. Let's just get on with this. Let me just... Ugh. I hugged Erik's arm to me, finally letting out the sigh I was holding in relief of the situation. Erik smiled and kissed my head.
It's over now.
Yeah, we can go home now. A wave of joy rushed through my body, happy to know that I was free to go home. I began to become overjoyed with the idea of returning, walking across the aisle, and marrying Erik before returning to my normal life. Yeah, I decided to put it here so we could see Orabelle and all of that stuff, but you know. Yeah, whoop-de-freaking do. Ugh. Anyway. Sorry if I'm repeating the same thing, but I gotta do it here so at least we introduce Orabelle and all that stuff. Life in the demon world was an adventure, but it was time to finish this and leave. I'm gonna be reading fast, so you better catch up. I smiled to Erik before kneeling down and placing a hand on Diana's shoulder as she cried, causing her to look up at me. I could only smile at her, trying to relieve some of the heartache and burden she was releasing. It's over, Diana. We won. A small breath of silence ran through the air before Diana wiped the tears from her eyes and nodded, still shaky from the experience.
It's over.
I nodded and gently helped Diana stand before taking Erik's hand and walking towards the entrance of the hall. Diana, however, turned back to look at the demon lord's body, stopping us in our tracks.
Was this all worth it? I lost my family because of him. There was so much bloodshed.
It's okay, Diana. We avenged your family. Diana tightened a fist at her side, gritting her teeth and shutting her eyes.
I didn't get to say goodbye to my family. My sister.
I felt another wave of empathy run through my body at her words. She wasn't really alone, though. She had Sero. Hey, Sero! He was truly everything she had left in the world, and he was more than willing to walk through it with her. It was all right, so I reached out to take her shoulder. Diana looked over, seeing the comfort in my eyes, despite her broken gaze. Before I could speak, however, a familiar purple light glowed from the demon lord's body, catching our eyes and causing us all to look over in shock. What was happening? What the? Before our eyes, a faint purple orb slowly appeared and bobbed up and down in the air, looking to us. The orb that had haunted me and was expelled from me floated over the dead body of the demon lord, as if it had been there the entire time. You! The orb moved in a circle about the demon lord's body. Okay. Letting the faint trace trail behind it temporarily draw a circle in the air. As it returned to its spot, it released a pulse of light. The light slowly drifted towards Diana, impacting her chest and making her glow a bit before the light faded away. Confused, Diana stared at the spirit, trying to figure out what it had done to her. Was it an attack? Slowly, Diana became wide-eyed at it in familiarity. With a shaky hand, Diana reached out towards the orb, lost the emotion in her eyes as she kept her sights on the spirit.
Oh, Orabelle.
Yes, it's Orabelle, your sister. I stared at Diana in shock. It had a name? How did Diana know the spirit at all? It was like she was grasping at straws. How could Diana have known who it was? The orb floated forward, stopping in front of the demon lord's corpse as Diana took a step towards it.
Hi, Azair.
I was wrong. Diana hit the nail on the head with its name and seemed to be acquainted with it. Diana took a couple more steps before dropping to her knees in the middle of the hall. I watched as the tears began to stream down her face and her body began to quake. The orb slowly floated over to Diana and hovered just within arm's reach of her. Diana's hands shakily lifted up past her chest and over her mouth.
Orabelle.
It's okay. It's okay, Big sister?
No, it's not okay, you liar. Big sister? Diana was her... Diana suddenly let out a tearful gasp before reaching forward and taking the orb into her arms, somehow pulling the orb into a tight embrace. The orb seemed to shimmer in the hug it was in, but it didn't seem to react in any other way. Diana, however, became a weeping mess, crying and shaking while holding Orabel close.
Orabel! Orabel!
I couldn't believe it. The spirit was Orabel, Diana's sister? What kind of coincidence was that? How did Diana not know herself? How did Orabel not tell me? It obviously knew Diana just from how they were embracing. Still, the sight of Diana in mournful tears gripped to my heart. Diana lost her sister and suddenly was able to speak to her once more, even after Orabel's death. It was as if fate wanted to apologize for taking her family away. I almost became a crying mess myself. It was a very tearful reunion after a dramatic battle. I didn't know how to feel in the situation we were in. Diana didn't seem to care. She continued to cry and hold Orabel. Erik wrapped an arm around me, comforting me as I wiped my eyes and tried to avoid weeping. Diana, however, didn't seem to care about the tears running down her face.
This is the first time I've heard you cry, sister.
I'm sorry. I tried to save you, but
It's okay. The Demon Lord did this to me.
Yes, the Demon Lord did it. Not Diana, the Demon Lord. Yeah. It suddenly made sense. Orabel was an unborn baby, so it wouldn't have known its name. The Demon Lord was the one who killed her, so the puzzle pieces were connecting perfectly. Excuse me. Orabel then phased out of Diana's hands, making the demoness gasp and look up at the orb. Orabel, however, floated in place in front of Diana as she continued to speak.
The Demon Lord made me find the human.
Yeah? What? That was a voice crack. Whoops. Orabel was working for the Demon Lord? She helped the imps bring me to the demon world?
Orabel, you were in the human all along? Why not just tell me? Why?
He made me. But now I have nowhere to go.
Oh, Orabel.
Something in the air didn't seem right. Something about Orabel became off and I couldn't place my finger on it. The more I stared, the more concerned I became and the heavier the nervousness in my gut grew.
Isaiah, I love you so much. But
Here it comes! The air seemed to freeze and the room became still as Orabel floated back towards the body of the Demon Lord. As Orabel stopped, she began to glow a dark red and purple color.
I can't forgive you.
And there it is! She dropped the bomb. All at once, the orb flashed and vanished into thin air, only a misty gasp present in the aftermath.
Orabel!
We looked around, trying to pin down where she had gone. As the Demon Lord's hand suddenly lifted up and slammed into the ground, we shot our heads back at his corpse, seeing it begin to animate. And here it is! The Demon Lord slammed his other hand to the ground and began to push himself up, curling his shoulders over and using whatever strength he had and getting onto his knees, and eventually his feet. What? The Demon Lord's body stood up and steadied itself on the ground on its 2 feet, heavy and void of life. What was happening? How could this be? As the Demon Lord's head lifted to look up at Diana, I gasped. His eyes were glossed over in a dark purple, almost black color. Blood continued to pour from the wounds of the body, but the body continued to move as if it had had a small breath of life. His mouth dropped and began to mold itself into forming words, dead and echoey, with Orabel's voice seeping through.
You let him kill me. You let him kill mother and father.
Orabel!
You let the human live and let us die. I can never forgive you.
The voice of the Demon Lord and Orabel seemed to fuse in a dissonant harmony as the body slowly began to march towards the unmoving Diana. My mind screamed for her to move and run, but Diana didn't seem to be immobile at the oncoming danger. Diana! Move! She remained in place and shocked and frozen at what her sister had said and done. I could barely make out her hair and body shuddering in natural fear, but she wouldn't move at all. Okay, so since we're doing the bed, and I feel like we should let Diana die instead of letting her live. She's probably gonna die anyway when we die, so might as well just do it. Just do it. Diana! I stood there, lost in what was happening. When she reached her, Orba grabbed hold of Diana's throat and lifted her, making Diana choke and flail her legs in the air.
Say sorry with your life.
Ooh! Erik and I became witness to Orba crushing Diana's throat. I could barely hear her cries as the snapping of her neck echoed through the hall. Oh, Diana, I'm sorry! Diana! As Orba let her body drop to the floor, Diana's corpse became a painful thud echo through the room behind my scream. However, Orba then turned her head to look at me and Erik. Orba loomed towards us, filling me with dread. The stench of the Demon Lord's corpse became unbearable, despite not being dead long. I still had no energy to fight, the realization making me step back from the undead Demon Lord.
You hurt me. Hurt me. Now I'll hurt you.
Well, I didn't mean it intentionally, but... Orba picked up the Demon Lord's broken blade parts and slammed them together, fusing them back into one sword with her energy. How was that possible? She was a spirit! Orba then started to charge at us, raising the sword barely over Erik's and my head. I prepared to defend myself. I became ready for the attack, but my vision became blocked by the back of Erik's head. No! Erik! Erik! Sticking out of Erik's back was the Demon Lord's blade. It was run through his chest towards me, barely inches away from my own chest. Erik, impaled, twitched as he stared down at the sword's blade. My heart began to cry and scream. This couldn't have been happening. No! Orba quickly pulled the blade back out and sheathed it back into Erik's body, as if she wanted to be sure that she had killed him. I barely heard his last breath of life. No! I'm sorry if I broke your ears. I can't right now. I became so absorbed in the sound of my scream that I couldn't register Orba pulling out the blade and stepping around Erik, running it through my neck. You hurt me. Now I'll hurt you. Achievement on that. Oh, jeez. I hate you all. I hate you all. So much. So much. Oh, God. Anyway. That's all of Erik's bad endings. I will have a poll in the description below. Vote on whether we should do Damien, James, or Matthew's end next. I have a feeling who's gonna win. But still, please cast your vote. The poll is in the description below. I still hate you all. I'm gonna need some huge therapy right now. My heart. My heart. I'm sorry. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna end it here now. I'll go sob in a corner. I'll probably replay Erik's route, doing all the right choices this time. I'll probably still sob in a corner over there. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go now. Thank you guys so much for watching my misery with my babe. Anyways, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of my videos, then click subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!